Right, live on YouTube, yay, and live on Facebook, yay. Okay, so, yes, good. Lovely. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, let's do some exercise. Let's turn the timer on and off we go. I've got new shoes, hopefully with less slippy soles, we will see. Rocking the foot forwards and backwards, so you're coming up on the toe and then back onto the heel, letting the whole body rock a little bit as well. One difference between these and my older shoes, they make a little tap. The sole must be more rigid. How exciting! Be still, my beating heart, all the way to, and change side to side. Yes, what an exciting start to a Saturday morning, learning that you have new shoes with slightly tougher rubber soles than your previous shoes. Wow. And they almost fit. I'm hoping they will stretch a bit. You will see. And the other foot, toe and heel. It's amazing how things rattle around my brain. I had a question about how some of the exercises I do tie into Tai Chi. Some of them are pretty obviously regular, what you might call Tai Chi exercises. Other ones, perhaps not so much, change to side. And that's fine. Not every exercise that we do has to be directly Tai Chi related. We're trying to maximize flexibility and mobility in the body. That in itself is Tai Chi related. But I will show, I think, either today or tomorrow, the genesis of some of the exercises. Change the other foot, circle the knee. By genesis of the exercises, what I'm referring to is how a move in Tai Chi becomes a particular exercise move, simply because the movements that you need to make in Tai Chi require certain areas of mobility, and some of the exercises that I do mimics that, change direction. This would be an exception, really. There's a thing in martial arts called a knee bobble, which is when you attack somebody and do move your knee, sort of in a lateral movement, but that's not really a Tai Chi move specifically. It's just a change to the other leg, circle the knee. Hope you are getting ready for a lovely day, the weekend. Change direction. Today is busy for me. I hope it's busy for you if you want a busy day, and I hope it's lovely and relaxed for you if you need to chill. Remember breathing in and out through the nose if you can. Tuck the elbows into the sides, lift the leg, lift the hands. As you lift the hands, clench the fist. As you release the hands, as you drop the hands, open them. So each time you Oh, excuse me, the arms. You are clenching your fists. How exciting! Whoa, clenched fists. Can we punch somebody? No, no punching. Well, I do like Tai Chi as a martial art as well as a health art. Obviously, most of my training these days is focused on the health and wellness side because that's where it's at. But yes, the self-defense and fighting aspects of Tai Chi are fun. Take the leg diagonally across the body, raising the arm. Opposite arm and leg, diagonal raises. Same side, double lifts. Opposite sides, double lifts. Arm and leg up and out, turning the knee out basically, or taking, I should say, the knee out to the side, the arm comes along, just for some gentle mobilization of the shoulder joint at the same time. Other direction, out to the side, and then inwards. Other leg up and then out, and arm, of course. out to the side and in. Excuse me, while I adjust the trousers, circle the hips. I've got my feet slightly more than shoulder width apart for this today, but have your feet hip width, shoulder width, a little bit more, whatever is comfortable to begin with. Excuse me. Change direction. If you can, relax the ankles, the knees and the hips as much as possible. That helps with the circling of the centre. I must admit it's quite cold in my studio this morning, so I'm possibly a little less relaxed than I would ideally like to be. Change direction. All the more reason for exercising, I hear you say, and you're quite right. If you feel like exercising, you should exercise. And if you don't feel like exercising, really, yeah, you should exercise. There's always, almost always, change direction, almost always some exercise that you can do. If some part of your body is injured, you injure your foot or your leg, well then you work the upper body. Injure your arms, work your legs. Of course there are exceptions, but it's amazing what you can do when you want to with exercise. And gently tilt side to side. Range of motion exercise. Range of motion exercise means I'm not actively trying to stretch. I'm not going push, 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 push. Or contract, contract, contract to be technical, I suppose. Just gently side to side. If you want to now, just add a little bit of a stretch in. So as you go down, you just a little bit. That's okay, because you had 30 seconds in which we were warming up the muscles, and then you can, if you want to, just push a little bit. Same thing forwards and backwards, gently forwards, gently backwards, whatever your normal range of motion is. You may be super flexible, you may be stiff as a board, it doesn't matter, you are who you are. You should always honour that and celebrate it. So here I'm not stretching, I'm just going naturally forwards and backwards. Now I'm going to do a tiny little bit of stretching. Relax, feet in, turn the waist, let the arms float. The legs relax and bend. You sort of sit back diagonally, back and downwards ever so slightly. If you can tuck the pelvis under a tiny amount as well, all good. But the main point is to mobilise the waist and relax the arms. Turning the upper body and the head round from side to side. The hips can move a little, but concentrate on relaxing and mobilising and moving and even, dare I say it, stretching the muscles in the waist. Relax, and the legs go up and down, taking the body up and down, the arms relax, the legs are doing the work. I think I've mentioned in previous videos, and this is not an advert, it's not paid for, it's just because I like the app. On my phone I use an app, it's an Android phone, I use an app called Tabata Timer, T-A-B-A-T-A, Timer, Tabata being an exercise modality, method, thing. And the Tabata Timer allows you to set pretty much whatever intervals you want, whatever rest periods you want, whatever noises and all sorts of things. And of course there is a paid version, which, I don't know what the paid version does because I haven't got it. I presume the paid version, makes coffee and teaches you how to do double back somersaults. No, I doubt it does either of those things. But the free version, which I use, is brilliant, and I highly recommend it. Nice and relaxed, legs doing the work. As relaxed as you can be. Change, so now one leg, then the other leg pushes into the ground, and you allow that movement to come up through the body, you turn the waist as well, and the result is this gentle diagonal motion of the arms. The idea of all three of these exercises is to relax the arms as much as possible. And you probably understand from a health and wellness point of view that being relaxed is a good thing, because obviously being tense or being stressed is a bad thing. So that's why relaxation is good. What you may or may not understand is that from a self-defense, martial arts, fighting point of view, being relaxed is also incredibly good. Relaxed muscles move quicker than tense ones. So if I'm tense, I'm just going to go off piece, and I'm punching, oh, there's a punch. And if it's tense, that is slower than if it's relaxed. That's as simple as explanation as I care to give. Circle the shoulders, relax the legs, circle the shoulders. Change direction. Sorry, excuse me, something in my eye. Apart from the eyeball, as I always like to say. Don't always, occasionally, sometimes, once in a blue moon. And the other direction. I try and be as accurate as possible in my pronouncements these days. I suspect that the influx of strange and wondrously crafted misinformation on the web has kind of encouraged that. There was something the other day, there's a thing, John, wait till I change direction, thing about coughing if you're having a heart attack, and the meme on the web is not helpful. It's based on a kernel of truth, but the meme on the web could cause more problems than it solves. Think you're having a heart attack? Dial the emergency services. It's that simple. Let's give you one of those things. In Tai Chi, there is a move with leg movement as well called Repulse the Monkey, or backstepping monkey. And if you see, it requires, I'm exaggerating, it requires motion in the shoulders. So if we take that and we do some forward circles and we do some backward circles, and in a minute we'll do opposite direction circles, I hope you can see that this is a bigger exercise that channels into the smaller exercise in terms of the mobility you require. As I've mentioned before, sometimes when I do these exercises I'll flex and straighten the legs. That's an option. Opposite directions if you can. Here the waist is turning, hips turning a little bit as well, waist and hips turning slightly side to side, again to aid the motion. So it's sort of a pushing and pulling from the centre, helping with that rotation of the arms. Opposite directions if you can. One of the principles of Tai Chi is kind of energy is taken from the floor, from the ground, up through the waist and expressed in the arms. Now, in all honesty, in anybody who's done martial arts, relax. What are we doing next? Yes, we're going to do, this one I wanted to do. Arms out, small circles. Sorry, forgot. I actually had a plan for a couple of exercises today. I'm just going to move sideways. There we go. Oh gosh, forgotten what I was going to say. I think I was going to say something about sort of a lot of martial arts take energy from the ground, express it through the waist, change direction, and issue it in the hands. Tai Chi may specialise in it, perhaps. But I've seen boxers do the same thing. I've seen people doing karate, taekwondo, you name the martial art. There's people who do things similarly. There's only so many ways that you can utilise the body. And I want you to relax, and then I want you to go back and do it again. Quite an intense exercise into the shoulders if you're not used to it. And I do it quite regularly and I'm used to it, and it's still quite intense. Other direction. Palms are up, by the way, I don't know if I said that. Palms are sort of facing the ceiling. Or the sky, or whatever should be above you. I suppose if you were hanging upside down like a bat, it would be the floor, but I suspect there won't be many people who ever watch this video hanging upside down. But what do I know? And again, just relax. Okay. Yeah, what's this called? The lower half of the body. Sort of freeze it in place, and the upper half of the body start with gentle rotations. Whatever rotational ability, that's a good phrase, change direction, whatever rotational ability you have, just use that. So it's a bit like when we were doing the side stretches before. We start off working comfortably within the range of motion that our body has, and then in a moment or 7 seconds, we'll change direction and we'll do it a little bit more intensely if you can. So here I go, same exercise fundamentally. I'm just going further down and further back, and a bit more to each of the sides as well actually, but only do what you can do. Change direction. Bring the feet in, bend the legs. Take the head side to side. Arms down by the side. Sitting backwards slightly. Sorry, I paused there just to look at the clock. Trying to relax my legs a little bit more, get a bit more of a stretch in the muscles of the legs. Hands up, chin up and down. Bringing the chin in more than just down. Although, as I think I've said before, you can do both. Indeed, I'm doing that as an exercise. One in, one down, up, in, up, down. You can do that as a variation on just going back to the inversion. Now I'm going to do a few more of those down, and then in, and then down, and in. Just you'll feel slightly different neck and back muscles being engaged. Perhaps you will feel that. Now I'm going back to the basic. Relaxing the legs again because it's straightened up. Now I'm going ear up to ceiling. Trying to look forwards and then move the ear up. Also trying not to straighten the legs because the legs seem to want to straighten when you do this exercise. So I concentrate on keeping them relaxed and the legs relaxed, knees bent, or knees relaxed, legs bent, whichever way you want to think about it. And then head forwards, head backwards. Head upright, but forwards and backwards. Tucking the chin in ever so slightly as you bring the head back. Head upright, but side to side. Again, as I know I've said several times before, I know my body does shift slightly from side to side. I'm trying to isolate it so it's just the head that moves, but I find it tricky, so it's a work in progress. And chin down, then turn head side to side with the chin remaining down. Arms down, head in a fairly slow, big U shape. relax. If you want to stop now, absolutely fine. I'm going to do a couple more exercises, or some more exercises. In particular, I want to test out these new shoes of mine because they're meant to be less slippery, so I should be able to do more stretching on the floor in here, because it's not the best floor for stretching. So let us start. We'll start with a simple exercise. Start with your feet out, rotate the hips. Change direction. Turn the toes out to about 45 degrees. Excuse me, I'm adjusting my trousers. Gentle little squats. Little squats because knees in line with the feet, but I want to be able to kind of not take the knees beyond where the toes are. So I don't want the squats to put too much pressure on the knees. Now I'm going to leave my toes where they are. I'm going to straighten up the feet so they're facing forwards, and I'm going to circle my hips. So in effect, I've just widened the stance. By the way, I'm paying attention to the timer, but I'm not paying attention to the that thing, the ding. Change direction. Although obviously sometimes a change will coincide with the ding, it just depends. Nice gentle circles. And obviously only do what you can do. You're trying to improve flexibility, but we'll see. Take the feet so they're pointing out, and once again, gentle squats. Oops. Pretty much trying to keep the legs in line, so you're opening up what would be called the quad. Feet where they are, move if you can. Oh, I thought these were meant to not. I thought these shoes were meant to not slip and slide. They slipped and slid. I'm going to have to bring my feet in slightly. Circle the hips. Change direction. And relax, bring the feet in, and now big circles with the hips. Body, center. Change direction. The next exercise I'm going to do, I will explain before we do it. I did mention I would look at how some exercises come from certain Tai Chi moves. Pretty much all styles of Tai Chi have a move called cloud hands. The actual move is different in different styles. I personally am familiar with Yang style, Sun style and Chen style. In Yang style it tends to look, either with movement or as a static exercise, something like this. So my right hand is moving from my perspective in a clockwise direction. My left hand is moving in an anti-clockwise direction. So that morphs into these exercises where you're taking your shoulders in a bigger range of motion. You can either keep the center still completely like that, you can let the waist turn to aid the movement, or you can move side to side. Change direction, because you can do cloud hands in reverse. There are instances in training where I've seen it done. There are certainly instances in martial applications where to do cloud hands, I've got to think, to do cloud hands that way or that way makes perfect sense. Both hands, same direction. You can use the hips to aid the motion. Other direction. And relax, just give everything a little shake. I'm going to stop the timer. We've done, well, it said 42 minutes, but 40 minutes of exercise, which I think on a Saturday morning is jolly good. I will give you a heads up just in case you're watching this live or you watch it during Saturday the 16th. The plan for the next week is that the sessions will probably be in total an hour long, but I will try, I think, maybe, possibly, to split it into 4 15-minute sections. So if you've got 15 minutes, you come along and do that. If you've got 30 minutes, you come along and do that, etc., etc. Have a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious day, or just a super duper one. Thank you very much. Bye.